One of the worst kept secrets in Missouri politics at the moment is that our current Secretary of State, Jay Ashcroft, has a plan to run for governor in 2 years and is the current GOP frontrunner in the state. To maintain that frontrunner status, he has made the decision that he needs to show voters that he is the farthest right of all the potential conservative candidates. Starting with a topic that, quite frankly, I can't believe we are still debating to this day: same-sex marriage. Yesterday, he unveiled the letter he sent to Republican Senator from Missouri, Roy Blunt, begging him to use whatever means necessary to stop the Respect for Marriage Act, aka the law that was being voted on to protect same-sex marriage. Even including this cute personal note, begging him to stand strong for Missourians who want to prevent other Missourians from marrying the person they love. Furthermore, he claims that Missourians overwhelmingly are against same-sex marriage and that legislation like this is a clear attack on traditional marriage. First, Ashcroft is correct that all the way back in 2004, nearly 20 years ago, 71% of voters who voted in that election voted to add a constitutional amendment to the Missouri Constitution that would say marriage is between one man and one woman. However, over the last 20 years, support for same-sex marriage has grown significantly. So is it really true when Ashcroft says that Blunt should be opposed to same-sex marriage to support the will of the people? Then he makes an argument that we have heard against same-sex marriage for decades, which is it's an attack on traditional marriage. Now, since the Obergefell v. Hodges Supreme Court decision, we have had same-sex marriage as the law of the land in the U.S., and you can make your own decisions as to whether or not traditional marriage has been completely destroyed. So let's talk about what this bill actually does. So here's how it would work. If Obergefell v. Hodges were overturned by the Supreme Court, as is expected by many, the decision on same-sex marriage would go back to the states. In Missouri, it would be outlawed because it's in our Constitution. This bill would force a state like Missouri to recognize marriages that were made legally, aka if they were done in a state where same-sex marriage was legal, or if they were done before the overturning of the Obergefell decision. Notably, it doesn't force states like Missouri to perform same-sex marriages or legalize same-sex marriage in the state, just that they recognize marriages that were performed legally elsewhere. It also codifies into law protections for religious organizations that don't want to participate in same-sex celebrations of any kind. The bottom line is attacks on the LGBTQ+ community by the Missouri GOP aren't going to slow down. They're not going to stop. Just look at the frontrunner for the Missouri GOP for governor.